Latter-day Saint teachers, I'm Beverly Frankham. Welcome to my channel where I discuss and promote teaching strategies for Relief Society and Priesthood lessons. In this video, I will demonstrate 3 teaching strategies. I'll discuss activating prior knowledge through brainstorming with a graphic organizer. I'll also demonstrate a discussion strategy called Think, Pair, Share.
The third strategy is KWL. Let's review the basic lesson outline.
Prior knowledge. What do they know about the subject? Then teacher presentation, using an excerpt from a conference talk to teach one principle of the gospel. 3. Ask a question. What helps the student analyze for understanding, or a question that invites feelings and testimony. Repeat steps 2 and 3 2 more times with different principles. Then end with closing remarks from the teacher and ask questions that encourage application. It's always good to know what the students already know about a subject. Finding this out is called activating prior knowledge. It's an important part of teaching. Asking questions is used to stimulate and prepare their minds for the subject of the lesson. They become interested or hooked into the subject. The question can be simple or sophisticated depending upon the age of the audience. The question should be very easy to answer and based on a subject that is familiar to all. Here's where the first strategy comes into play. It's called brainstorming. This is asking students to think and tell you what they know about a principle of the gospel, like repentance, faith, testimony, and so on. First, write the principle at the top of the board. Then write a list of responses from the students. An example would be to ask, if you need to remember something important, how would you remember it? You may get responses like, write it on a sticky note, put it where you can see it often, write it in a planner or calendar, memorize it, tell someone, ask someone to remind you, or write about it in a journal. If the question is asking students to define a word, draw a large circle on the board with a small circle in the center, with the topic word written there. For example, reverence. This is one type of graphic organizer. Have students brainstorm what they know about it. The teacher will write the responses on the outside circle. If you choose, draw a large square around the circle. Ask, how do you know this information? The teacher writes responses in the corners of the square.
Asking students to identify how they know what they know is called a frame of reference. They may respond with phrases such as, from the scriptures, real life, experiences, the prophets, and so on. Building on prior knowledge is usually at the beginning of a lesson to help students focus on the message you will be teaching. Sometimes it is used in the middle when changing subjects. Be prepared not to allow this strategy to extend more than 5 to 7 minutes, or you will run out of time for the lesson.
Let's go to partner talk. Think, Pair, Share is when students partner with another person nearby to discuss the content of the lesson. The teacher asks the students to respond to a question by first thinking about a response for a few seconds, then turning and talking to their nearest neighbor to respond. If there is an uneven number of people, 3 persons may be placed together.
Think, Pair, Share gives all students an opportunity to think about an answer to a question, share a thought with a partner, and then listen to their partner's ideas. Allow 3 to 4 minutes of partner talk. Then ask if anyone would like to share ideas that they themselves had or what the partner said. For example, the teacher will ask a very thought promoting question, such as, how does Christ's suffering affect your life? There will be silence in the room, guaranteed. In fact, the silence will feel awkward. People need time to process the question.
To alleviate the awkwardness, make the silence part of the response. Immediately after asking the question, say to the group, I would like you to take some time to think about your response, with a moment of silence. When you're ready, turn to your neighbor and answer the question, then listen to your partner. Give the partners ample time to discuss and share ideas. After 3 minutes or so, ask the partners to finish up the conversation and turn back to the large group. Then ask, when all are ready, are there any comments or thoughts to share with the group? This activity may provide a lengthy discussion among the group. Be prepared for this and plan accordingly in your lesson. The entire discussion from beginning to end may take up to 20 minutes or more depending on the group. Make sure that all participants have had their opportunity to share in the discussion. When you see that no more people want to join in, that would be a good place to end the discussion. Also be aware that if the discussion goes off topic, redirect it back to your intended topic or in the discussion. Use your best judgment on this matter. The partner or think, pair, share strategy is very strange and unfamiliar to Relief Society priesthood classes. The fact that a teacher is asking students to deliberately talk to a neighbor during a lecture-style lesson seems unconventional and strange. Some could consider this type of talking disrespectful to the teacher or others. If the participants discuss in low tones, then the discussion will be fine. Be courageous. Participants will quickly get used to the strategy. Some people may not feel comfortable responding to questions in a whole group setting. They may feel comfortable speaking one-on-one. Partner talk gives all the opportunity to be part of the discussion equally. Last strategy is KWL. This strategy enables the student to take more responsibility for their learning the gospel truths. The teacher makes 3 columns on the board. The first column, he or she writes, what do you know about the topic? The middle column, what do you want to know? The last column, what have you learned? In the first column, the teacher will write responses from the students. In the second column, the teacher will write responses about what the students want to know. After this, the teacher will present a lesson with a message. Some of the questions may be answered in the message. If not, do your best to look for the answers. In the end, the students are asked to summarize what they have learned. The teacher will write the responses in the third column.
This is an excellent form of structuring the lesson. It gives 3 strategies in one. 1, it helps you activate prior knowledge with the students. 2, it helps the student become more invested and engaged in the content and raises the curiosity on the subject. 3, it allows the teacher and the students to review and reflect on the principles. the ideas and thoughts on the subject. If you would like some examples of questions for activating prior knowledge, look in the link below. If you have tried any of these strategies, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.